Jordan from the Ready Set here. Gonna answer some questions for you. Before I do, I'm gonna say thanks to Romeo and to Saturday Night Online for letting me do this. So, get started. First question, Michelle B from Brooklyn. What is your favorite thing about being on tour? Um, I think my favorite thing is just getting to travel and getting to see, basically the world and getting to play music every night. It's like obviously like my dream job. So just everything about it. I mean, it's great. I mean, I feel more comfortable on the road than I do at home. I don't know, kind of touring was what I always wanted to do. So I love it. Um, Number two, what is my favorite type or model of microphone? From Barbara in Des Moines. My favorite type, I guess, for recording vocals would be like a manly reference, but for live stuff, I like anything, pretty much anything Sennheiser. That's what we use. So, good question. No one ever asked questions about gear, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, so those two, I guess it depends. Breck from South Caro. I don't know if I said that right. South Caro, maybe. All right. How far are you into the album, and when do you think you'll release it? I'm pretty far into it. I mean, I've been working on it for a super long time. Um, it's definitely slowly coming together, but I've written like over 50 songs for it, and a lot of them are just kind of like starts and like pieces of them. But I definitely have enough for an album, but I want to keep writing and I want to make sure that it's like perfect, so I don't put out like something that I'm gonna not be entirely happy with. And I don't know. I kind of like switch what I kind of want it to sound like all the time. I could change my mind as far as like vibe goes and everything a lot. So, but it's coming together. I would hope sometime early next year, but pretty much throughout the end of the year, I'm just gonna be like finishing it and writing a little bit more and just always working on it. So it's coming together, but no set date or anything yet. All right, Kenna from Strongsville. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you on stage? Um, I've tripped a couple times. I've like fallen off the stage, sort of, but I sort of like played it off as if like I jumped off. But I think it's pretty obvious that it wasn't a jump. It was definitely a fall. Um, I've dropped my microphone twice. Like I'll like throw it, like catch it, and sometimes I don't catch it, or like I smack it out of the air on accident, which kind of sucks. But that's happened twice. I've like tripped over like riser things that we have, which is like potentially deadly. Because if you like catch your foot on it wrong, you're gonna go like flying over the barricade. So that'd be a nightmare. But I haven't hurt myself yet on stage. That's when I feel like that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate thing is when you inflict pain upon yourself accidentally on stage. That'd be the ultimate embarrassment. So I've avoided that so far, but we'll see what happens in the future. Sarah Louise from East Wenatchee, Washington. He's got some crazy city names. Where'd you get the inspiration for the lyric video for "Give Me Your Hand"? And when are you gonna do a show in Washington? First of all, I want to do a show in Washington as soon as possible. I love playing there. Like I don't know why we haven't in such a long time, but we like haven't played on the West Coast in what seems like forever. So we'll get back there really soon. I hope. We'll make it worth it. It'll be good. But as far as the lyric video goes, we were doing an acoustic show one time at a school, and they had like a sign language lady off to the side of the stage, like signing everything we were saying. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. We should use that. And I kind of forgot about it until like the time we started thinking about ideas for the lyric video and stuff. And I was like, let's just do a sign language thing and just like put the words at the bottom. And the girl who was in it like killed it. Like I don't know how she learned all that stuff so fast. Like I couldn't do it, but it was impressive. She did a good job. So yeah, it basically came from from seeing somebody else do it at a school one time. So Kayla from New York City, what do you feel is the absolute best thing about your fans? Um, I think just they're super dedicated. I mean, I think that's obviously the most important thing to me. Like, there's so many times we'll go to different areas of the country and I'll like see a bunch of people that I recognize from other shows, and there's like people who've seen us like 30 times plus, which is like mind blowing. So I think just the dedication's amazing, and I don't know. That's like all you can really ask for, I think, as an artist is just a bunch of fans who appreciate your music and who consistently come out to see you play, and people like that make you want to make sure you're like stepping it up every time you tour and every time you play shows. You're always bringing something new to the table for them, especially just so that keep things interesting. So yeah, dedication crucial. All right, Kelsey from Blythewood. When you write songs about girls, do you have a specific girl in mind? Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's just like I guess like a general, I guess, feeling I'm kind of going for rather than just like dedicated to a specific person. But kind of depends on the song, I guess. But definitely get inspired by lots of different lots of different girls, I guess. So it depends. Switches with every song. Some songs are different. Michelle from White Plains. What made me start singing? Um, I started singing basically just because I wanted to write songs, and I always played drums in bands before like this and another acoustic thing I did. So I was like never really involved with the songwriting process. I just kind of showed up and played whatever was already there. So um, basically just started singing because that was sort of like I don't know, sort of the most like important part of writing songs is being able to sing them, I guess. So yeah, pretty much just because I wanted to write. I mean, it's kind of like it's not like my not like where I started with music or anything, but yeah, I mean, songwriting is my favorite thing to do. So they go hand in hand. So I started when I was like 17, I think. All right, Nicole from Syracuse. What is the craziest thing a fan has ever done to try and get backstage to meet you? Um, there might be some crazier stuff than I know of, but um, I don't know. There's been a couple like stage rushers before who like managed to like jump up on stage and like attack, which I think it's super funny. I think it's awesome. So there's that. But I don't know. I just don't know. There's definitely something like I don't know. I'm sure there's like some sort of venue security guards who probably have a crazier story about that than I do. But yeah, I mean, I think the most intense thing I've seen is someone just like jumping on stage and trying to like make a run for it, which is impressive if they manage to pull it off. Um, Keisha from Highland, California. If you could pick one artist, dead or alive, who you want to collab with. Um, that's a tough one. I mean, probably somebody who's like legendary would be the best case scenario. Like, um, I mean, I'd probably say anybody from like the Beatles, obviously, or Prince or Michael Jackson. Or I mean, those are kind of like obvious answers, but I mean, I'd imagine the result would be pretty insane. So I'd love that. So if any of you guys hear that, I'm here. Just hit me up. Make it happen. Megan from Ocala. Are you planning on doing more set-asides soon or any kinds of videos? And you should make pullover hoodies with your drawings on them. That's a good idea. Probably should do that. I like that. But set-asides, yeah, we're actually just started talking about doing those again. Another season of them. And got some good ideas for it, I think. We're just kind of figuring out when to film them, but it's definitely happening. I love doing them, and I don't know, I love like the reaction they got the first couple times we did it. So definitely doing that. And other kinds of videos, yeah. I mean, we like filmed a ton of stuff on this last tour, and we'll probably put together some sort of like cool live thing maybe at some point, or yeah. I don't know. We're definitely doing more music videos when we get a few more songs out. So yeah, we'll make sure there's always some cool stuff to watch for you guys. Definitely. Macy from Medford. What is the most rock star thing you've ever done? I don't know if I've ever really done anything super rock starish. If I have, I guess I didn't really think about doing it. Um, I don't know. We've like, I guess we've like kind of trashed a couple green rooms in our time, but we don't get too insane about it. Like, I definitely haven't like, like destroyed a TV or anything. It's just kind of like, you know, I don't know. We don't do anything too like crazy, honestly. We just kind of go in and do our thing and then leave. But we'll do something crazy. I'll have a better story next time. I'll try to do something super rock star so I can tell everyone about it. All right, Gabby from New Jersey. What was it like to be on tour with Carly Rae Jepsen? It was awesome. We did a few shows in like Canada and then um, one in Pennsylvania, and they were pretty crazy. Um, it was her and us and the Wanted, so the shows were like insane. Super good time. Everyone was super nice. hopefully we get to do some more stuff with that whole crew of people again really soon because it was a blast. We all loved it. Michelle from Phoenix, what are your favorite things to do while on tour in other cities and countries? Meet the locals, take in sights, shop or eat at specialty places. We try to go and like eat at a bunch of sick restaurants, whatever we can find. We try to like look stuff up or like ask people what the good thing is. So we do that a lot. If we have a chance or if we're in like a good area, we go like walk around, just kind of see what's going on around there. But um, I mean, it depends. A lot of times, like you get to the venue and you're kind of like stuck in one area, just like can't really go anywhere because if you're in like a bus, you can't like just drive the bus to like a restaurant or anything. You got to kind of be confined to what you can walk to. So that pretty much. I mean, we did Warp Tour in 2011. We basically were stuck in parking lots all the time, so we didn't get to see like anything on that tour. But other ones, you can kind of get a chance to go and experience the cities. And we do like shows overseas. You usually have like somebody else with you who can like take you around and show you stuff, which is great, super fun. But yeah, I mean, depends kind of where you're at. Katie from Tulsa, if you had to choose a different career, what would it be and why? That is a tough question. I really don't know. I didn't really have any career plan when I was like in school. I had no idea. I never thought about it ever. I was just like, yeah, I'll figure it out whenever the time comes. And luckily, like my senior year of high school, I kind of figured it out with this. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll try to do this. But I probably do something with like design, graphic design. Like I like to design my merchandise, like T-shirts and stuff. So um, I probably get a little bit into that, probably in some way like related to music, maybe like work for like a design company, maybe. I don't really know, but it has to be something music or like entertainment related, just because that's that's what I like. Amal from Birmingham. If your life was a song, what would the title be? Um, that's tough. That's real tough. Um, Probably like Big Ballin' 24/7, something about like the thug life maybe, or like I don't know, something kind of street. That's kind of my vibe, I think. So it's hard to tell. I mean, something real though, something real honest. John from Philadelphia, do you have any crazy stories from working with specific artists that you can share? Um, I don't know. I mean, we definitely like toured and like done some shows with some pretty wild folks. Let's see. I guess it wasn't really like working with them necessarily, but we were doing a bunch of shows with a band called We Are the In Crowd, and one night decided to have a foot race, which is I don't know why that's really a great idea ever in the first place, and I don't know what really would come of a foot race either way. But we decided to have a foot race, and I decided to go up against the the tallest and fastest and uh, I guess, longest legged running member of the band who also has the same name as me. So it was kind of fitting. And I actually happened to be the shortest, and the odds were pretty stacked against me. But I was killing it. I was going super fast, and then my upper body went faster than my lower body, so I flew like face first in the concrete, like smashed up like my face and stuff. Like my like nose was all messed up, and like my like right here and like chin and like had like scar on like my hip and like arm. I got pretty beat up, but I was going fast and I was winning the race, and that's what counts. All right, Olivia from Newville. If you'd be any superhero, who would you be and why? That's obvious. I would be Batman because Batman is my favorite, and he doesn't need crazy superpowers. He's just awesome and has tools and resources and the coolest of the costume, or not costumes, but the coolest outfit. Lena or Lena from Philly. Lena, I think. Are you happy with what everyone has to say about the video for Give Me Your Hand? I don't know. Honestly don't really look at a lot of the stuff that people say about anything. I kind of just put stuff out there and let it be. But I know there was like some mixed reactions about it, which is like kind of what I figured would happen. But it's definitely different than other stuff we've done, and I can pretty much say that that video is probably the most extreme of that kind of video I would probably do. And I think I want to do something a little bit more like interesting, weird maybe for the next video for the next song. But I think it was fitting for the song, definitely. We were gonna do something like really bizarre for it, kind of like we did with the first Love Like Woe video, but just kind of like it doesn't really make too much sense. We wanted to make it kind of like follow the theme of the song a little bit more than we have with things in the past. But I always love the weird stuff, so you definitely expect a little bit more of like the, I don't know, more bizarre things in the future. So yeah. Sammy from Chattanooga. What is my favorite part of the recording process? Um, I really like just writing. I mean, that's obviously like kind of why that's why I'm like doing this. I just like writing songs, and yeah, I mean, singing and everything and like tracking vocals is great, and like working on like um, tracks and like instrumental stuff is fun. But I think just like coming up with cool melodies and yeah, things like that are just that's what I love doing. Like even like lyrics are kind of secondary. It's just kind of like about coming up with something that gets kind of stuck in your head and you just want to keep singing or you want to keep hearing. So that coming to that like point is my favorite part where you like feel really good about something you wrote and you just want to keep listening to it. That's the best. Um, Alicia from Shirley, do you plan on finishing American Love, the song from the set I said about cutting your hair? Yeah, I want to. It's basically done. It's got to fix a few things on it, but I don't know what the plan is as far as putting it out or anything. But I'd like to. I definitely want to try to get a chance to do that. So yes. Kristen from Alexandria, what musician or band has inspired you the most? I think I've said it a bunch of times, but there's a band called Copeland. That's my favorite band. That kind of is the reason why I wanted to like start writing songs and singing and stuff. So that's definitely my biggest inspiration. And they broke up, which sucks. But yeah, they're my favorite. But there's definitely like a handful of other ones too. Like really like Saves the Day. That's another big one. And a lot of I guess a lot of like hip hop stuff has kind of inspired me. Like I heard, I guess right when I started doing this, I heard. Graduation by Kanye West and like the production on that album and like the way that it came across as like so much more like I don't know like electronic ish and like poppy than a lot of other hip hop stuff I heard in the past. Kind of like got me really excited. So I started getting a lot more into like listening to like hip hop music for like the production aspect of it and like just the sounds and everything. So you know I try to be inspired I guess by a lot of things, but those are some of the main ones. Mariah from Howl, what is your guilty pleasure band slash singer? That's always like a hard question to answer because I don't know if I really have one. I just kind of like what I like. I think. Um, I don't know. I'd rather be. I think I'd rather just be able to enjoy music and not have to feel like guilty about what I like or anything. Because I really don't care what people think about like my taste in music. It always kind of drove me crazy when people would like base opinions on things off of like what other people listen to. It's kind of weird. So I don't really have one, but I do like everything. I mean, I listen to the radio all the time. I listen to like super pop stuff all the time, and then I also listen to you know weird stuff too. So I don't have one. Jordan from Williamsport, what are you most looking forward to next year? I'm just excited to see kind of what happens. I mean, it's really exciting right now with the new song, "Give Me Your Hand" and everything going to radio and all that's always like super crazy and intense. So I'm excited to get to go and play some of those like radio shows and just fly around the country and the world and just play more shows and we'll definitely be on tour again. I'm not sure with who or where or when or anything, but that'll happen. And yeah, I mean it's just gonna be a good time. It'll be a good year. It's really exciting. So I'm excited for the whole thing. Martina from Chile, how did it feel? Wait, how did it feel to be officially crowned as the Sass Queen? Was it as exciting as you'd imagined it? I assume you'd been dreaming about it that moment since forever with a lot of R's. It felt really good. I got a crown. I don't fully understand it, what it means, or where it came from, or anything like that. I might have said it at some point, but I forget. But I got a crown that says Sass Queen. I don't fully get it, but it sat on the bus for a while, and occasionally we'd wear it and we'd get pretty pumped. Barbara from Des Moines, do you always jump around on a venue stage pre-show to ascertain its strength? I think I said that right. No, actually, I don't. That's probably a good idea. Some venues are a little bit on the rough side, I think, for stage and stuff. We were on tour in spring with our friends in Breathe, Carolina, and I think one night the singer David jumped up and like busted through the stage and like messed up his ribs. So you can definitely get pretty beat up if you're not careful. But we've been pretty lucky with stage I guess solidness. Monica from LA. How do you still sing when you're sick? Poor Jordan. Hopefully you get well soon. I'm actually feeling a little bit better. My voice came back, and I think I'm able to sing now a little bit longer than I was before. But last week we did a show in Salt Lake City for Macy's, and then we did a couple like radio station visits. We played acoustic, and for the Macy's show, like I physically couldn't talk like at all. Like it was just like the most like gravelly, horrible sound. So I just basically held the mic out and let the crowd sing. So luckily they were okay with that. It felt kind of bad because it was kind of like I don't know. We were just like playing acoustic and then not singing or anything, so it was a little weird. But hopefully I still had a good time. And yeah, it eventually got a little bit better, but I think I should be good. We have a show tomorrow in Chicago, so hopefully I'm recovered. But took a lot of medicine, a lot of emergency. Feeling good. Feeling good. All right. Deborah from Lowestoft. If you were stranded on a desert island, what three things would you have to have with you? Um, that's not an easy question. I don't really know. I'm gonna say if I was stranded on a desert island and I got the option of having three things, anything, I'd probably want um, a boat with an engine, um, a lifetime supply of food, and then I'd probably want um, $10 million in cash also, so that way I could just hang out, eat some food on the island, get on my boat, leave the island, go home, and just have $10 million. That's best case scenario. I mean, why why hypothetically suffer on my island if I have the option of having three things, anything? Those are what I want. Those things, so I can get off the island and live my life. But yeah, so those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks again to Romeo and Saturday Night Online for having me do this. It has been a pleasure. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.